The future of PV will see a booming secondary market. Hello, I'm Melissa Schmid, the Marketing Communication Manager at EnergyBin, the B2B trading community for wholesale solar equipment. As the solar decade takes off, new opportunities will be there for the taking. But instead of focusing solely on the new products, new projects, new installations, I want to turn our attention to also include the old. My purpose for bringing up what's already out there is to point out the growing secondary market and the viable opportunities that come with it. Before we explore these opportunities that are present in today's secondary market, let's start with a brief definition of what it is. As we see in other industries, the secondary market, also known as the aftermarket, comprises any product that falls outside of the traditional supply chain, including, but not limited to, surplus, clearance, manufacturer fire sales, excess, overstock, leftover parts, product liquidations, auctions, refurbished goods, and recycled materials. In a robust secondary market, many players from solar companies, equipment brokers, resellers, refurbishers, recyclers, etc., come together in a worldwide network to buy and sell equipment and services. Their purpose? To join the primary market to advance solar worldwide, making it affordable and accessible to the masses while striving for minimal waste. With respect to the primary market, we tend to think of a traditional supply chain that is vertical in nature. Manufacturers release new product into the marketplace by way of distributors who then sell to contractors. But in the secondary market, the traditional supply chain is replaced with a horizontal alternative. On this slide, you see EnergyBin's membership profile as an example of this concept. In the EnergyBin community, companies are free to trade new and used wholesale equipment with each other, regardless of their category. For example, an installer may have leftover parts from a project. Now the installer can become a seller in this horizontal model and sell to any company who may be in the market for these such parts. With an open trading network for equipment that falls outside of the traditional supply chain, new opportunities form in the secondary market. To illustrate the viability of these opportunities, let's look to three primary economic drivers: aging PV systems, policy changes, and market consolidation. When you think about an aftermarket, your mind may jump to maintenance opportunities that accompany aging systems. From panel cleaning to replacement parts to system updates, aging systems make a large portion of the demand in the secondary market. To get a sense of the value of these O&M opportunities, let's go back in time to look at the old. In 2010, U.S. solar capacity totaled 3.5 megawatts. As you can guess, most of these aging systems are located in the top 10 states, with California accounting for more than half. With this capacity now 10 plus years mature, at the very least, they would have needed some kind of replacement components, like inverters, for example, because inverter technology back then had an average lifespan of 10 to 15 years. System owners may determine it's more affordable to replace such aging inverters rather than invest in new upgrades. Such was the case for one of our members, a residential installer who has roughly 100 ground mount systems that are now at least 5 years in operation. The SolarEdge inverter he selected for his customers years ago is no longer in production, and he is unable to acquire that part from his primary distributor. However, he was able to connect to a seller in the secondary market who had a pallet of the exact match model. He purchased the pallet to have on hand to maintenance his existing customers over the next several years until they are ready for that new technology upgrade. The secondary market offers a variety of older component parts. But just because it's old does not necessarily mean it's used. In fact, some 95% of the material we see traded on Energy Bin, which at this point is millions of parts, is new, never been opened, and with warranty. But as we know, some system owners may not have the option to swap out replacement models due to policy changes. Let's take a look at how policy changes lead to other opportunities in the secondary market. First, when a system upgrade takes place before the system has fully reached its end of life, you have the opportunity to resell gently used components. For example, used panels are popular among off-grid consumers and can be used as replacement parts in other regions. Second, if you have new, never been opened product in your warehouse that is now considered obsolete or non-compliant in your region, don't let it sit there collecting dust. Resell it in the secondary market. When New England changed its code regulations to require smart inverters for grid tie systems, one of our members, a regional distributor, collected all of his name brand inverters that were non-compliant. These are SolarEdge, Fronius, and Enphase. He listed them for resale on our platform. Within 3 months, he resold all of them to buyers outside of his region. As a bonus, some of these buyers came back and placed new orders with the distributor. It really turned out to be a win-win situation for the distributor. He cleared out his older legacy models and he acquired new customers, which would have never happened were it not for the secondary market. If decommissioned material is truly at its end of life, plan to deliver it to a recycler. Some regions in the United States, for example, Washington, has already passed legislation that requires recycling. As other jurisdictions pass similar policies, new opportunities in the secondary market open to recycling firms and scrap materials handlers. The third economic driver we'll look at today is market consolidation. As solar companies go out of business, the market opens to 1, product liquidations available for resale through brokers, and 2, new customer acquisitions for O&M specialists. Most people relate large product liquidations with auction houses and bidding, where the highest bidder wins the lot. But did you know that equipment brokers will also purchase product through liquidations and then offer them for resale in the secondary market? Equipment brokers operate on a philosophy of buy low, sell high. They may secure a large lot at a bulk purchase and then turn around and offer that product for resale in smaller quantities. The same practice comes into play with project cancellations where developers and contractors are eager to recoup a portion of their loss. More so, what we tend to see on a regular basis, this practice takes place with surplus or excess project parts, where equipment brokers will come into your solar company place of business, take inventory of all of your miscellaneous parts, and then offer a cash buyout for material that has resale value. We just saw this scenario play out at Energy Bin with a broker who posted 15 kilowatts worth of 255-watt black mono panels for resale. He bought the panels from a solar company that had been storing them in their warehouse for more than 5 years. Anyone want to guess how long it took the broker to resell these panels? Within 1 week of posting the panels for sale on Energy Bin, another solar company contacted the broker to purchase the entire lot. 1 week, 7 days. Again, panels sitting dormant do nothing to advance solar. Resell them in the secondary market. Market consolidation also opens opportunities for O&M specialists to acquire new customers. Think of those installers who have closed their doors and left customers with existing systems in need of maintenance. A number of installers have already carved out new revenue by adding an O&M component to their business models. According to the National Solar Jobs Census, 41% of installers reported they also work in O&M as their secondary job function. Installers are wise to offer O&M services as a strategy to nurture customer relations. They will be the first point of contact when a customer needs a maintenance service and when that customer is ready down the road to invest in that new technology upgrade. If a consumer had a negative experience with a contractor who has since closed their doors, now you have the opportunity to win them over with ongoing customer support. Now that we have an idea of the opportunities that exist in today's secondary market, let's look forward to see what can be expected in the future. By 2024, more than 1.7 gigawatts will be at least 10 years mature. The 3.5 megawatts installed pre-2011 will be at least 15 years in operation. With these numbers, the industry will see an increase in O&M services, particularly in top markets of California, Texas, Florida, North Carolina, and Nevada. We also expect to see new policies come into effect with respect to grid reliability and end-of-life management. These issues will create new opportunities for refurbished goods resellers and recyclers that prove economic in scale. With continued market consolidation, equipment purchased in the primary market but never commissioned will once again be made available for resale through product liquidations. The pressure solar companies to feel to gain or maintain a competitive edge will result in many of them turning to the secondary market for solutions. We predict many solar companies will come to online trading platforms to request quotes and verify product availability and pricing. We also expect many companies to diversify their revenue portfolios by either adding an O&M arm to their business or incorporating solar equipment brokering. In our experience, we've already seen some solar companies redefine themselves in the secondary market. In fact, one of our Energy Bin members, Connect Solar, whose CEO Lauren Carson started out as a project financier. Then in 2015, she launched Connect, a solar equipment brokerage firm that specializes in logistics and excess inventory. Now Connect is recognized by Inc. 5000 as the fourth fastest growing energy company in the United States. Just like other established industries, the future of the solar industry boasts a booming secondary market. And because the U.S. market is rapidly growing, opportunities exist today, with more to come in the very near future.